Hi guys, thanks for joining me on my channel again. I'm just out here in the garden. It's a beautiful hot summer's day here in the UK. It's probably 25 degrees. It's roasting in fact. And just been spending some time building a little rabbit hutch with my son, and this is the kind of thing you can do as an affiliate marketer. Enjoy the time that you have. So let's head inside now and I'll show you what I've been getting up to this week. Hi guys, so here we are back inside, and I thought I'd do a little bit of a catch up with you. It's been a hectic couple of weeks for me. I've had so much going on. I haven't even managed to produce as much YouTube content as I'd like, so I've not caught up with you guys in a while. So I thought I'd make this quick video while I've got the opportunity. We're just coming out of lockdown here in the UK, so the children are starting to go out of the house now and venture out now to the parks and stuff, so I'm getting a little bit more time, so hopefully I'll be able to produce a lot more video content for you. But to give you an idea of what I've been up to, so the last couple of weeks, you may have remembered it from my last video. I mentioned I've been concerned and worried about speed on two of my websites. Now, if we take a look at some of the screenshot now, I'll show you the speed and kind of the performance I was getting from a couple of my main sites, which are the ones I've really been focusing on. And you can see here the performance was dreadful. This is one of the main sites I had, and as you can see, this screenshot is taken from GT Metrics, and you can see it wasn't good at all. Now, after the May Core update, the analytics that was showing on my Google Search Console under the Core Vital Signs tab showed that the performance of the site was not good. And as you may know or you may not know, Google at the end of the year is going to roll out a really big update, which they're going to look on what they call their Core Vital Signs, which is things like speed, performance, speed, AMP, all that kind of metrics that can relate to the user experience. So it's been on my mind to try and get the speed right on these sites, ready for that event happening. So if you're having any poor performance on your site or your speed is not up to scratch, I mean, we're kind of talking, if your site takes longer than 3 seconds to load, you may want to look into that. Who knows with Google what these ranking factors are going to be and how they're going to measure it, but for me, it is a concern because some of my performances on some of my sites was, for the user, very good, but actually as a metric looked and read really poor. So I thought it was time I tackled that issue, and if you take a look at the screenshot now, you can see, I'm pleased to say that after a couple of weeks of tinkering around with the site, and I also hired somebody to have a look at some of the more technical side of it, we managed to get a really good performance, a measuring metric on GT Metrics looking pretty good in the A, in the green, so I'm happy with that. I mean, you could say it could be even better, and it could. I have a lot of content on there. We're talking nearly 400 articles, tons and tons of images and a lot of videos, and to get the measurement into green, I'm happy with that. Certainly anywhere above kind of 80 speed on mobile and anywhere above 90 on desktop, I would have been happy with. So a couple of weeks of tinkering around, and I can now tick that off as one job done off my list. So the next part that I've been focusing on over the last couple of weeks is my new website. You'll see in my income reports for the last one that I did that I have a new site that's only around 4 months old. Now that site now is growing. It's just coming out of the Google Sandbox, so it's around 5 months. There's a mystery whether this Google Sandbox exists, but I can 100% say I believe in it. This is website 4 now that I share with you guys, and each one of those websites did nothing until it reached month 5 and 6. And as you can see from the screenshot now, I'll show you now that the performance of that site is going up. Certainly it did nothing for 4 months, but month 5, and I'm certainly opening month 6, we'll see a dramatic increase in the traffic. Now, many of you might say, well, that's because you're putting more content on there, Carl. Well, yes and no, because I have actually launched other sites where at day 1 I published 50 articles all in one go. So if the Google Sandbox doesn't exist, why didn't I rank instantly in month 1 when I had 50 articles on? Whereas with this new site, it has now got around 50 articles, but again, it's taken till month 5 or 6 to those to start ranking. So hey, listen, you make of it what you wish. I certainly believe that Google Sandbox exists, and I certainly think it takes 5 to 6 months to start getting any traffic to your site, from organic traffic from the content that you produce. But You may have faster results, you may have slower results, but it just tends to be what I find. And month 5 now, we're seeing some definite traction on there. And as you can see from the numbers on the screen, green shoots are appearing. I use SERP Robot to track my keywords, and that's another little project I've got on at the moment, which has taken my focus. I'm just testing out a new keyword tracking software, which I hope to bring a video in the next couple of weeks for you. It looks a really interesting piece of software. It is one that the company reached out to me and said, would you like to test it and see if it performs any better or worse, or what your experience is with it? So I agreed to do that, and I'll bring you guys the results in the next few weeks. So while we're talking about keyword trackers and the results and performance, you'll have known from many of my videos the last couple of months, after the Maycore update, one of my main sites was hit quite heavily with a decrease in traffic from the Maycore update. Well, I'm pleased to say that that's actually finally signs of improving. As you can see from the screenshot now, there's a lot of green numbers on my keyword tracker, which is really good to see. Particularly one of those boxes there, which obviously I haven't shown for confidentiality reasons, is for a buyer intent keywords. So that's quite an important one, obviously, to make commissions, to try and get those articles ranking, and those numbers have seen a dramatic improvement. I've got like 17 or 18 up onto page 1 pretty much over the last couple of days, where they were sitting around page 4 or 5 in Google after the Maycore update. So it's good to see that they're now back up, which will hopefully bring more traffic and obviously more sales to the website. So really good news there. I'll keep you informed again, and hopefully in my next monthly income report, you'll see some good signs there of improvements on that one main site. But the other sites are also doing well. Like I say, that screenshot there, you can see all the metrics I measure on there are all different sites, different metrics, and they're all green, and they have been for the last 3 days. So fingers crossed, that's really promising, and I hope you guys are seeing some improvement and some recovery from that horrible core update in May. So the usual as well, I've been producing a ton of content. It's all about the content. As you know, I live and breathe and die by content. It is what it's all about in this game, and I've produced, I haven't added it up, but 50, 60 articles in the last 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, and probably another 10 or 15 ready to publish. So it'll be a 60 or 70 article month, which is really good, getting content out there, particularly on the new site. The site that I was having the main issue with the traffic, I've kind of left, just let it sit to recover, and like I say, it is now recovering, so I'll start adding content back onto there again. But the majority, the bulk of the content has been going onto the new sites. My team of writers have been frantically writing. They've been producing as much as they can. I feel that they may be going back to their full-time jobs, or they may be getting more commitments. So with us coming out of the pandemic and the lockdown easing, so I think the content and the amount of content they will be able to produce might slow down a little bit. So they're still producing a good amount at the moment, and while that's happening, I'm going to keep getting that content out there. So generally, my sites are looking good. I'm really happy with that, and I've also got some big news coming in the next couple of weeks, which I won't reveal now. I'm going to save it for a video all on its own. You are going to want to check it out. It's going to be really good, and there's 2 pieces of news to share with you, and I will. Like I say, I always bring you along on my journey, what I'm doing, and I will certainly reveal this. I'm in partnership with somebody on this project, so I can't reveal it right now. We're just going into the finer details, and it's going to be big, it's going to be huge, and I'm sure you're all going to really love it and enjoy it. So please stick with me, and subscribe if you haven't, so you'll be the first to get notified when these videos come out about this new venture I've got. And hit the thumbs up button if you've liked this video. It's just a quick catch up with you guys. I am going to hopefully go live very, very soon. Like I say, the children and the wife are all going back to work now, so I'll get more chance to be able to do that, and I want to do some live chat so you can ask me some questions. I get asked a ton of questions every day, and it's very difficult to answer all of them in an individual video. So I'd love to do a Q&A, especially a live one, and that'll be coming soon, hopefully in the next week or so, and look out for that. And I'd love to see you and talk to you in a live chat. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.